welcome to Geography Gen. Today we're going to have a look at the countries across Europe and we're going to have a go at labelling their names. So if you just have a look at the map in front of you, to help you out, what I've done is I've coloured in the countries different colours. So the countries to the north of the map tend to be colder. The countries in the middle of the map are temperate, and the countries in the south of the map tend to be warmer countries. This might help you to decide which one's which. So we're just going to do some of the largest countries for today, but what I'd like you to have a go at doing is just have a look at the map, maybe pause the video and see how many of them you can actually label the names of yourself, okay, in your head. Right, let's have a look, and we're going to start labelling some of these now. So let's start off with where we live. So we live in the United Kingdom, so I'm going to abbreviate that to UK because it fits into the country better. And so there we are. So you want to look for an island nation here for the United Kingdom, okay? And then obviously you've got Ireland over here to the west of the United Kingdom. So it should be fairly easy for you to spot that. Right, let's have a look up here. So over here, this country is quite cold and it's called Iceland. Okay, it's fairly easy to remember that because it's quite far north and it's a bit like an island, and it's called Iceland. And if I grab a little picture, so to help you remember, I've got a little picture of Iceland there which shows that it's quite cold and snowy there. Right, let's have a little move over to this area here. So if we move to the south of the United Kingdom, so you may know that the country is connected to the United Kingdom, this country here, by the Channel Tunnel. So once again, I've got a little picture of the Channel Tunnel here, and this connects the UK and France. So I can now label France on the map here. Okay, if we move down here, we've gone to here quite a hot country, quite a large hot country. So I've got a photo of this country here, so you might be able to guess where it is from the photograph. It is in fact Spain. So one of the ways of remembering some of these warmer countries is if you think about the places where people like to go on summer holidays in Europe, and it will help you to remember where they might be because they would usually be in the south of the map. This small country to the west of Spain, which is attached to Spain, is called Portugal. So I can label that on here. Okay, if we move along to this country here, now you might have noticed that this is in the shape of a boot, and it almost looks like the boot is kicking a football here. Now the way I remember this is this country is Italy. It's quite famous for fashion, and therefore a boot, a lady's high heel boot, would be fairly suitable for remembering it. So I'm going to write Italy on this country here. Okay, now if we move over to this area here, so this country here is Germany. And one way of remembering this is actually from the Second World War. So what I tend to remember is that during the Second World War, if you know a bit about history, Germany invaded Poland and France. So therefore, France has to be on one side of Germany and Poland is therefore on the other. Okay, so that just gives us an idea and helps us to remember. Okay, so if we move further up north now and look at some of the Scandinavian countries. So these are cold countries and their names are Norway, Sweden and Finland. But sometimes it's quite difficult to remember which way round they all are. Now Finland is easy, and the reason why Finland's easy is because if you look at the north of Finland, it's almost got a fin. Can you see this shape here if I go over it with my pen? It's like the fin of a fish, and the country is called Finland. So it's just an easy way to remember it. Then these two countries here are called Norway and Sweden. Now they're actually in alphabetical order. So Norway, N comes before S on the alphabet. So we can put Norway here. And this is Sweden. So these are alphabetical and Finland is like a fish. Okay, so I'll put my little fish up there to remind us. Right, let's have a look at some other countries. So we're only going to do a couple more. So you've got this country here, which is partly in Europe and partly in Asia. It's an enormous country, and this is called Russia. This country here used to be part of Russia, and it's called the Ukraine. And down here by the Black Sea, so you can look for the Black Sea here, is Romania. And the last one I was going to do today is I was just going to have a look at this country here, and I've done a little photograph of this one here. So this is, once again, it's a hot country, a place where lots of people go on holiday, and you can look at it. Look, it's loads of little islands. It almost looks like the country's been sort of chewed up a little bit. And this is Greece, which is made up of lots of different islands, and there's a little photo here to show it. So I'm just going to label Greece on this map of Europe. So there are some of the countries across Europe and some strategies for trying to remember which one is which. Don't forget, if you write down country names, you always need to use capital letters.